and welcome. I'm Vaishnavi Ajay Namdar, Assistant Professor in Computer Science and Engineering Department, Babuji Institute of Engineering and Technology. It gives me immense pleasure in welcoming my today's guest, Mr. Abhilash B N and Ms. Prathisha S R. I congratulate you both on getting successfully placed in Maple Lab.
Thank you, ma'am.
Maple Lab is a leading technology solution provider specializing in developing and implementing life cycle management solutions for the cloud. Maple Labs approached BIT on 23rd August 2022. Over 200 students participated in the interview process. The cutoff criteria was 70% aggregate throughout 10th, 12th and UG, and it provided a package of 6.25 LPA and offered a job role of Associate Software Engineer. The eligible branches for the interview process included Computer Science and Engineering, Information Science and Engineering, and Master of Computer Applications. Kindly introduce yourself.
I'm Abhilash B N. I'm pursuing Computer Science and Engineering at BIT. I'm currently in 6th semester.
I'm Prathisha S R. I'm studying 6th semester in Information Science and Engineering Department, BIT College.
Can you tell me in brief about the interview process that you went through?
The interview had 4 rounds. The first one was written test. The second round was technical round. The third one was also a technical round. And the final round was a HR round.
The first round it consists totally of 11 sections, which included aptitude questions, computer network questions, operating system, and DBMS, and it also included verbal test also.
So in 11 sections, they checked our skills on various domains. The questions included the questions were included on the technical skills like database management system, computer networks, operating system, and a few questions on data structures.
In my first technical round, I was given 2 options whether I would like to opt first for a theoretical answer or a implementation part. I opted theoretical. They asked me completely regarding operating systems and computer networks. In implementation part, they asked me to write the basic coding questions like to reverse a string without using inbuilt functions, and to write the program for Fibonacci series, and to reverse an array.
Was there an option given for the programming language that you have to write in?
Yes, the option was given and I opted Java.
How about your technical round?
In my first technical round, they tested my knowledge on various domains. So they asked questions on DBMS, computer networks, operating system, data structures. They also asked a programming question, and finally they asked me a puzzle.
So what was the programming question on?
So the programming question was to check a number whether even or odd without using a modulus operator.
Okay. So how about your second technical?
In my second technical round, they were checking the how deep knowledge I had on the concepts I knew. So the interviewer cross-checked everything I had mentioned in my resume, and he asked about the projects that I had done, and he confirmed whether the projects were did by myself or I had copied from anywhere else. And he also gave me a question to solve. Like, he told me a scenario and asked me the best approach I would go with to solve that particular question.
So what was the scenario like?
The interviewer asked me to write a logic to find the biggest ball when 16 sets of balls were given, and he asked me to find the most efficient way of solving this question.
Walk me through your second technical round.
In my second technical round, they asked me more about the logical questions. They asked me about my project, my role in my project, and when I said my role in the project was front end, they again asked me regarding the back end. Do you know about the back end or anything? So I said, as I'm team player, I know something about the back end, regarding the back end, and sir continued to ask me questions from the back end database, and he asked me which language did I choose for the programming implementation. I said Java, and he asked me the questions on the Java, like inheritance concept and he asked me the difference between C++ and Java. Sir asked me about my laptop specification, and when I said about my laptop specification, he asked me questions regarding hard disk, RAM, and the difference between them, and can we use anyone either using both of them.
How was the final HR round for you?
In my HR round, the HR asked me about my family, about my hobbies, and they were checking my soft skills. And she gave me a scenario based question. So a scenario was given, and she was checking how I would react to that particular scenario.
So what was the scenario?
So the scenario was like, you are given a project and a deadline to complete that project. You don't get help from the colleagues and manager. In that case, how would you deal with that situation?
And what was your response to that?
So I said that I will take help from internet, or I can go and take help from my friends. So for that, she said that in that organization, the manager and the HR are very friendly, and they never say no to any of the problems, and they will be always supporting for us.
So how was your HR round?
In my HR round, ma'am asked me to tell me about myself, my family background, and she asked me whether am I ready to relocate if they give me the option to relocate, and they asked me that why am I not preferring to go for higher studies, and she even questioned me like, don't I think that I'm in certain small age you are like earning going to work. Then she gave me scenario based questions.
So what was the scenario like for you?
The scenario based question was, if they assign me a multiple task, how would I complete it within the deadline?
What are your insights for upcoming batches of BIT?
Okay. From the beginning of the college, our lecturers, HOD ma'am, have supported us, and they have put the path for us. So, if we go in that path, I think it's enough for us to be in a good company.
Can you tell me your path which you underwent and got placed today?
Okay. So from the beginning itself, our HOD ma'am insisted to work on programming platforms like HackerRank and HackerEarth, and consistency in my studies and working on things which are required by the industry will help one to join a company. I would like to thank our placement dean, Dr. Nirmala C R ma'am, and HOD and all the faculties of BIT and BIT College for providing me an opportunity to be in this drive and become part of a Taiwan company.
So what are your insights on this, Prathisha?
I feel like consistency is very important in the learning process. Not only gaining the theoretical knowledge, implementation knowledge is also very necessary. So when learning a concept, we should know how and where it is to be used. I would like to thank Dr. Nirmala C R ma'am, Placement Dean BIT, and I would also like to thank Dr. Purnima B ma'am, HOD of IS&D department, and Vinay MT sir for their continuous support. They have always encouraged me and have been a part in this placement series.
Thank you for coming today and sharing your thoughts on the interview process that you underwent in Maple Labs. I'm sure the upcoming batches will be benefited with it.
Thank you, ma'am.